You don't struggle to trust. You struggle to depend. Because you do trust. You talk, you open up a little, you share things you wouldn't tell just anyone. But there's a line, an invisible one, very clear to you, and no one crosses it. It's not distrust, it's something else. It's that moment when someone starts to matter, and something inside you tightens. You don't say anything, but you pull back. You reply later, you get busier, you become harder to reach. As if the connection starts to feel heavy, as if the closer they get, the more you need to leave. And you justify it. I need my space. I don't want to depend on anyone. I'm fine like this. And part of that is true, but not all of it. Because there's something you don't say, not even to yourself. It's not them. It's you trying not to need. Think about this. That person who texts you every day, who shows up, who doesn't fail. At first, you like it. You feel seen, chosen. But slowly, it starts to make you uncomfortable. You notice every message, every expectation, every constant gesture. And without realizing it, you feel overwhelmed. Not because they're doing something wrong, but because they're too much, too available, too close, too inside your world. So you change. Not suddenly, subtly. You become colder, more independent, more yourself. Or at least, that's what you tell yourself. But really, you're leaving before you get trapped. Because depending feels like losing. Losing control. Losing space. Losing yourself. And here's the uncomfortable part. You don't struggle to trust. You struggle to stay when things start to become real. When it's no longer light, no longer a game, when there's something to lose. That's when you leave, or make the other person leave. And that has a name, Avoidant Attachment. Not just a label, but a way of protecting yourself. Learned, refined, repeated. Because at some point, needing wasn't safe. Or it wasn't enough. Or it wasn't returned. And you learn something very specific. I don't need anyone, and that way, I don't get hurt. The problem is, it works. It keeps you safe. But it also keeps you alone in the moments where you could actually be seen. Because when someone gets too close, it doesn't feel like love. It feels like risk. So you choose what's familiar. Distance. Control. Independence. Even if deep down, there's a part of you that wants to stay, but doesn't know how to do it without losing itself. There's a moment that repeats. You're with someone, everything feels good, you laugh, there's connection, and then a silence. Not awkward, real. And in that moment, something shifts. You feel seen, too much. Like if you take one more step, there's no way back. So you close off. Not obviously, but enough. Enough for them to feel it. Enough for something to cool down. Enough for the connection not to grow. And then you tell yourself, they weren't the right person. But it's almost never the person. It's the point you reached together, the point where you can't hide behind independence anymore, where you actually have to stay. You don't struggle to trust. You struggle to stay when someone starts to matter. You struggle to allow yourself to need. Because needing makes you vulnerable, and vulnerability was never a safe place for you. So you became strong, self-sufficient, hard to reach, hard to read. And it works, until one day you realize something. You don't need anyone, but you also don't have anyone who truly has you. And maybe it's not about stopping the protection, but realizing when that protection is no longer protecting you. Because in the end, it's not that you don't want anyone. It's that you don't know how to stay without running away.